All right. I have a live feed. The doors are open for the tribe. Ah. Gene's here. Yay. First one in the door gets the best virtual seat in the house. As always, good to see you. Man, been a hectic afternoon. Running around. I've got at least two big Pyrex things, probably close to 3 of enchiladas to get put together tonight for the memorial tomorrow. I spent the afternoon working on my script and stories and going through songs I'm going to play. And I only had one client this afternoon, then I had to go to Target because I don't have an ice chest and I needed to get one of those. As often happens, when there's one left of something, it was meant for me. It was the only one that was in the size and price range I was looking for. Then I had to shoot all the way down to Main Street to a tortilleria to get some fresh corn tortillas made in the store. Then I had to run down from there to Fry's to pick up the rest of the stuff I needed. I ran in the door with like 15 minutes to spare. I had time to throw the laundry in and get changed and get my fan going on high, and it's warm in here. So anyway, so I get to sit and relax a little bit with you fine folks. And I've probably got an hour's worth of cooking to get all the enchiladas made, packed up tonight for tomorrow. So, it'll be a day, but it'll be worth it. So this is a nice break for me, a nice respite for an hour, just to chill out with all of you. The Batgirl's here. Yay. I got stuff on my glasses. It'll be wonderful. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it'll be worth it. And it's an hour drive to Surprise, where my daughter and my son-in-law's church is. And then from their house, it's probably 20-25 minutes, and then an hour and 15 back. So tomorrow's going to be a long day, but it'll be worth it with family and remembering. And I got all my stuff sketched out for my script tomorrow, and songs I want to sing and stories I want to tell. So I've been rehearsing that in my head for probably 4 or 5 days. So by the time I start sketching it out, then I get a rough draft, and then I start firming it up. I got to rewrite it, but I got it on 3 sheets of paper. So I'll have it at my feet, kind of like a set list. Yeah, so I sketched out all my notes on, I love working out of spiral binders, graph paper sheet stuff. And so this is the rough draft, so it won't make any sense, but it makes sense to me. So page 1, and then if I'm going to do a song, I have a little blue notation there. So then page 2 is here. So there's a flow to it, so it's like it kind of flows like a story. And at the end is a Springsteen quote. End of sermon. So, all right. So one thing at a time. Sometimes it's several things at a time. But Gene said you're a true blue friend. Oh, for taking some time. Thank you. You guys are worth it, and these are part of my weeks. So it's my artistry. So plus I get a chance to sit down for an hour. So catch my breath, play some music. So hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, so tomorrow's gonna be a long day, and I have one client on Friday, so in the afternoon. So I didn't have anybody scheduling other than that. So Friday will be a good recovery day. That's not until the afternoon. I usually don't start working until 2. I'll make an exception here and there, but all right. So good to see everybody here. Let's get warmed up with a little bit of my buddy Steve Poltz. Oh, Amy asked what time. It was 1 o'clock, but they had a conflict with the church, so they moved it to 3, which I'm grateful for. I just get to sleep in a little bit more. I usually don't get up till at least 11 because I'm still up late, and I'll be up late tonight cooking and going over the script and everything. So by the time I get that all sketched out, then I get the food ready to get it packed. So by the time I get out of here, then I have to bring my sound system to hook up to their sound system at the church. My son-in-law runs that. So we were texting the other night to make sure the connections were right. So I got to load up my my mixer board and stand and my mic and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to meet at the church, he and I, at 1:30, just to give us enough time to get everything set up and a sound checked. So I need to be out of here by like 12:30. Wow, tomorrow. I'm talking about tomorrow. There's plenty of time, so I just had a lot of stuff to do this afternoon to go get everything. So I'm in for the evening. Everything else I can do here and relax and just get everything cooked. So I grabbed everything I needed. So that's all done. All right, here's some of my buddy Steve. For lovers everywhere, he used to say, and anybody with freckles on their face. I love everything about you, and I love the way you comb your hair. I love the way you sashay in the room. Your perfume lingers in the air. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. And I love the way you lick your lips, dear. You got fireworks in your head. And I love the way you bring me water when I'm thirsty in your bed. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. You were sure kissed by angels. Just look at the freckles on your face. You've got the devil in your eyes. You disappear without a trace. I love sneaking up behind you when you're looking in the mirror. The way your eyes lock into mine, dear, without guilt and without fear. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. All right, kicking things off with Little My Pal. And if you know him, your pal, Steve Poltz. Always a great way to start a set. Wind Down Wednesday. Kev's here. Happy Hump Day. To you, happy Wind Down Wednesday. Oh, man. My back could use somebody to walk on it right now. A little Thai massage would be perfect. Good to see everybody. Any other check-ins? No? Okay. Let's see. Oh, I did that one recently. When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I would offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. Evening shadows and the stars appear. There's no one to dry your tears. I could hold you for 1,000,000 years, make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. There's no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry and go black and blue. I'd go crawling down the avenue. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. Make you feel my love. Storms are raging on a rolling sea, down the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you. Make you happy, make your dreams come true. To make you feel my love. All right, as I often say, that is a Garth Brooks arrangement of a Bob Dylan song from the Hope Floats soundtrack, performed by Moi. So there you go. That's a nice coast down song for a wind down Wednesday, I think. Gene said, I heard about Thai massages. They're amazing. Are they? Well, I've never had one. I've only seen them. As a matter of fact, that massage school emailed me yesterday and said, "Hey, we're in a pickle. Can you come in this Saturday and Sunday and teach an all weekend Thai massage class?" Well, I've had shiatsu. I TA'd shiatsu. It's Japanese style as well. It's on the floor. The Thai massage is clothed and it's on a table. I have just never had any training in it. And I emailed them back. I said, I'm always up for a challenge. Thank you so much. What an honor to be asked to come in and teach. But I said, honestly, ethically for me, I would want the students to get, they're paying for those classes. And I would want them to get their money's worth and their bang for their buck. And I said, I honestly have not done that modality. So I don't have any training in it. I went and watched some couple of YouTube videos. I mean, I've seen it demoed, so I know what it's about. But I personally have not done it. And even though I could get through a lot of the shiatsu stretches and all that kind of stuff, they translate. But I haven't done that modality, so there's a lot that I would normally be able to teach if I had done it that I wouldn't be able to. If they'd asked me to do shiatsu, yes. I had a couple of days I could have brushed up on my shiatsu stuff, pull out my protocol I had to do for school that was 8 pages long, that my instructor hated reading through, but she got me an A because I'm very detailed. I could do that. And I've TA'd for it, so I helped students through it. I just never done Thai. So it's a great modality. So this one, you can do Thai on the floor. If you've got some overheads, you can do Thai where they walk on your back. It's not full body weight. It's really awesome. It's a lot of feet. So this one's on a regular massage table. It's all fully clothed. There's a lot of stretching and stuff. I could demonstrate how to do those techniques, but that's a 2-day class. There's a lot that you need to have background in to teach to that level, to the level I would want to teach. So I just said I'm always up for a challenge, but I don't think I'd be able to offer them their money's worth, and that's just my ethics. And they said I appreciate it, and that was again on a Tuesday. Like last time was they reached out on a Tuesday for a Saturday class, but I've done lots of chair massages and volunteered for a lot of events, and I TA'd for that class when it was just 4 hours. So now it's 8. So I had a couple of days to brush up, and I went through that no problem. But um, I was grateful that they asked me. I even I texted my therapist April, who still teaches after 16 years, and she teaches shiatsu and a bunch of other stuff. And I texted her and I said, "Hey, do you think if I gave myself a crash course in the next couple of days, do you think that what I know from shiatsu would translate to Thai?" And she replied back and she said, "Honestly, I'm not the person to ask." She said, I've taken Thai before, she goes, and I don't connect with it, and it's like, so, and I went, good enough. So I politely declined, but yeah, if somebody had some overhead bars to hang by, I could really use somebody walking across my mid-thoracic area right now. Would feel really good. Um, but we get through it. Anyway, I hadn't heard from them in like, 2 months since I taught that other class, a month and a half. So I didn't know if I knocked it out of the park or never got anything for feedback. So you never know. So if they were asking me back, I guess I did something right. I just, unfortunately, I don't have enough background to teach at the level I would want to teach at. So, and answer all those questions. So, anyway, so Thai massagers, yeah, they're amazing. Some of the stuff they do, like shiatsu on the floor on a mat, and you've got your heel into somebody's traps and you're stretching the arms and all that kind of stuff. And some of that's the same, but it's on a table. So the stretching stuff is really awesome. It's just a different modality. I've seen it demonstrated. I've just never done it. So I don't feel I'm qualified enough to teach it to the level I'd want to. Amy said, congrats on the A. Yeah, that 7.5 months of college level anatomy and path and all those modalities that we had. I got 2 Bs. I got on a final demo in acupressure. I got a B because my body mechanics, I had like 2 points from an A. My body mechanics, were just a little off. So one assessment cost me that. And then the anatomy was cumulative, 7.5 months. And then we had a 140 question final, and about question 34, my brain just shut off. The day before I took the pathology, I got an A on that final. So cumulatively through 7.5 months, I maintained an A right till the end, and then I had one midterm that I got a B on in anatomy, so that shot me down so I got a B in anatomy, which was so hard, and then I got a B in shiatsu, and everything else was straight A's. Cranial, hydro, everything. So sports stretching, I don't know how I got an A in Russian sports. Russian sports massage just hurt my brain. It's so prescriptive. But all that other stuff I got A's in. So for a guy who barely got out of high school, this is the closest I'll come to a degree. And I worked my butt off and I earned every single one of those grades. So I was happy with it overall. And then I got to stay on as a teaching assistant and teach, which I loved. I'm so grateful for that. Gene said, I don't know anyone who actually had one. Yeah, so I know people that teach it, and I watched it demoed. It's a cool modality. So I've never taught that class or TA'd for it. So I just didn't feel like I was qualified. But maybe next time something else will come along. Sports stretching. Everybody's basic training is in Swedish massage. I'd love to do that. Cranial sacral therapy. I'm actually qualified to teach if I wanted on my own to teach Reiki. So I'm Reiki level 3, which what they call master, but I haven't put in my 10,000 hours. So I do a lot of energy work, but I don't consider myself a Reiki master. But I think that to take the class on teaching it. I could if I wanted, but I haven't done that yet. And a bunch of other stuff I'd love to teach, but this is wonderful that they asked you. Yeah, I was very I was very honored, and I told him that. Intense, definitely a scholar. I don't know. That's a stretch. I put a lot of work into it. Let's put it that way. I have to throw stuff against the wall a lot until it sticks. Okay. I have no idea what to play because my mind's just like. So, you guys are gonna have to help me out. No, I'm just looking through some recent stuff I've done, and most of it I've forgotten because it was like a one-off. Anyway, so try to keep these sets full of fresh content for all of you. Let's capo fifth, and let's do a little Steve Holtz from Australia. And he said, Eagles on deck, coming up next. I only had 1 minute left on my calling card. I was halfway around the world and it was raining really hard. I only had a couple of aspirin and half a can of beer. So I swallowed it down for courage, but it was still pretty hard to hear. It's only had 3 words that I wanted to tell you. It would be easier if you were here and I could smell you. Words are falling, I don't know. They drift, they pass, they melt like snow. I know I have made be a flake. I'll scrape my knees and make mistakes. I may lose, but mostly win. Sometimes I get soaked in sin, but I fall right back into your arms again. So I ordered 4 cans of Tooheys, and I set them on the trunk. Had a long conversation with a hopeless drunk. I only had 5 tickets and 6 new friends. So one of them had a hissy fit and drove off in her Mercedes-Benz. Words are falling, I don't know. They drift, they pass, they melt like snow. I know I may be a flake. I'll scrape my knees and make mistakes. I may lose, but mostly win. Sometimes I'll get drenched in sin, but I fall right back into your arms again. So we played 7 cards, stud, and I had a royal flush. I took out your picture and started to blush. So I only had 8 lives. Most cats got 9. Meow. So I skipped out on the bungee jumping just this time. Just this time. So I only had 10 chances to say I love you. Words are falling, I don't know. They drift, they pass, they melt like snow. I know I may be a flake. I'll scrape my knees and make mistakes. I may lose, but mostly win. Sometimes I get soaked in sin, but I fall right back into your arms again. Hey, I'll collapse into your loving arms again. Yeah, I fall right back into your arms again. All right. Little my buddy Steve Poltz from quite a few years back, written and recorded in Australia. So Amy had said, Eagles, you got it. Sharona's here. Never late, my friend. Once the doors are open, there's no timeline. You just come in when you can. Are you going to stick around? Because I've not done our duet song. I would love to. You've been on my mind the last week a lot. So I'm so glad to see you here. Amy requested Eagles. Sharona, let me know if you're here and if you're going to stick around. After this, let's sing together. I love hearing you in my head. Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, 2 they wanna stone me, and 1 says she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. We lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place and take your stand. Take it easy. Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. It's such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't save me. Don't let the sound of your own wheels make you crazy. We may lose and we may win, but we'll never be here again. So open up, I'm climbing in. So take it easy. Woo! I'm hunting down the road, trying to loosen my load. I got a world of trouble on my mind. I'm looking for a lover who won't blow my cover, but she's so hard to find. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Come on, baby, don't say I know your sweet love is gonna save me. All we got is we ought to take it. All right. Woo! Man, that got my blood pumping. By request, which I love. So Amy in Ohio requested some Eagles. There you go. Never leave my friends empty-handed. Sip them if you got them. Here on Wind Down Wednesday. Let me get caught up on comments and or check-ins. Sharona said, a little late, never late. Whenever you show up, once the doors are open, you're on time. Divine timing, as I say, is perfect. Sharona said, "Yeah, here all night. I love that. Reminds me of a five and diner, where my friend John Kessler, Amy's friend, they grew up together and went to school together in Ohio. And I've known John over 35 years. So he's a night owl. We'll meet at Five and Diner down on 16th Street. They're open all night, and you can get breakfast, lunch, or dinner all night long. So when you said open here all night, it reminded me of Five and Diner. They're open all night. Yay! All right, so you and I are going to sing our duet next. I'll hear you in my head. My Aunt Kathy's here. She says, "Hi, Bruce. Always love you singing. Yay! Good to see you. Are you going to stick around? Sometimes I don't go back and watch these shows. I archived it, but once in a while a comment will pop up after I've gone off the air, and sometimes I see you put a comment like, "Hey, can you sing me something?" And then I write you back and go, "Yeah, you got to tune in when I'm live." So if you want to give me a request for something. Amy said, "Thank you, love it." Well, thanks for the request. All right, Sharona, ready? You and I met when Steve opened for Jewel because they wrote this #1 hit. And then we became friends, and we've sung this together live a couple of times. In fact, you were here, I don't know, how many months ago? It was the end of last year you were here, and you sat in and we sang this together live for the tribe. I can still hear you sitting right here to my left. It's your song when we play it. I just provide the guitar and then jump in on the harmonies on the chorus. But I can hear you in my head, so I know you're singing along with me, so let's do it. Hear the clock, it's 6 a.m. It feels so far from where I've been. I got my eggs, I got my pancakes too. I got my maple syrup, everything but you. I break the yolks and make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I want the spots off the mirror, don't lean the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams will last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Called my mom, but she was out for a walk. Consoled a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk. So I picked up the paper. It was more bad news. Our hearts being broken, more people being used. Put on my coat in the pouring rain. I saw a movie, it just wasn't the same, 'cause it was happy. I was sad, yeah. It only made me miss you oh so bad, 'cause dreams will last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, I go about my business and I'm doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Hey. I brush my teeth and put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the line on. I pick a book up and turn the sheets down, yeah. I take a good long look around, put on my PJs and hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I try and tell myself it'll be alright. I shouldn't think any more tonight, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I put a little spice at the end of that with those harmonics. I saw an article once that had the top 10 stalker songs of all time, and that song, along with Every Breath You Take, was on that list. And I had never listened to that song from a stalker point of view, but I went, you know, they got a point, but it doesn't matter. It's still a great song. And much of America thought so and sent it to number 1 in 1996 and knocked the Macarena off the charts. So either people didn't care or they're more into stalkers than we know. Anyway, Sharona, thank you for singing along with me. I can hear you in my head. It's always nice. Amy said, thank you, love it. Beautiful duet. Agreed, because of her voice. Man, she's got some wonderful pipes. Let's see what else. Maybe I should run through. I've got a couple songs tomorrow, so which one? Oh yeah, second front. Yeah, so I mentioned that yes, I'm doing storytelling and song tomorrow for my parents' memorial. My daughter's putting all that together. So I showed this at the beginning of the set. I'll do a cleaned up version. After pages and pages on my spiral and pencil, I locked in what story I'm going to tell, and then over here you can see the notes. So that indicates where there's going to be a song. So I've got 1, 2, 3 pages of trying to summarize my parents and the lives they gave us and their lives together. So then I've got songs throughout there that were important to them, and then some I chose. So this is going to be one of those. Second to the last song, Tim McGraw. So I thought, I should probably just warm up on those. You know there's a light that shines on the front porch. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, go to church, 'cause your mama says to. Visit Grandpa at the chance that you can. It won't be a waste of time, and always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you've got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the stream dreams you're dreaming come to you, and when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride. Always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip. Here's why: bitterness keeps you from flying. And always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. I love you ain't no pickup line, so always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you've got mountains to climb. Always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, and always stay humble and kind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When it's hot out, eat a root beer popsicle. Shut off the AC, roll the window down. Let that summer sun shine, and always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget to turn back around. Help the next one in line, and always stay humble and kind. All right. That's the second to the last song I'm gonna play, and that I wrote out in my script is gonna summarize the values that my mom and dad instilled in all of us about being good. None of us are perfect at it, and telling the truth. None of us are perfect at it, but they planted seeds. That's how you learn when you're a kid. And helping others, holding the door open. My dad always did that for my mom, and so I'm playing that song to kind of memorialize the values that they instilled in us. When we were teens, we started going to church, and that brought us closer as a family. So I love that Tim McGraw song, and then I'm playing this one. Which you've heard me play many times, the Springsteen song. There will be other stuff interspersed throughout my little my memorial with song and stories, which will include of course Elvis and a lot of other stuff that my dad liked and my mom liked. This one is my parents are married over 50 years, so my mom spent 6 years in that care center, and Dad went and saw her 3 times a week, unless he got COVID or was sick, and so always stood by her side, and she stood by him. So I love this Springsteen song. Is going to be my dedication to kind of their love for one another and being there for each other, which you've heard me say a lot. So this will be the one I'm going to end on. We said we'd walk together, darling, come what may. Like come the twilight, should we lose our way? If as we're walking, a hand should slip free, I wait for you. Should I fall behind? Wait for me. we travel, darling, side by side. We'd help each other stay astride. But each lover's steps fall so differently. I wait for you, should I fall behind? Wait for me. Now everyone dreams of love lasting and true, but you and I know what this world can do. So let's make our steps clear, that the other may see. And I'll wait for you, should I fall behind? Wait for me. Now there's a beautiful river in the valley ahead, beneath the oaks by, soon we will be wed. Should we lose each other beneath the shadows of the evening tree, but I'll wait for you, should I fall behind? Wait for me. Yeah, I'll wait for you, should I fall behind? Wait for me. Darling, I'll wait for you, should I fall behind? Wait for me. Yeah, I'll wait for you, should I fall behind? Wait for me. I'm going to end up with something Springsteen often says during his shows at the end of a long dialogue. End of sermon. So anyway, those are I wanted to practice those two. I ran the Tim McGraw song by you guys on Sunday, and you were like, everybody was thumbs up. In fact, one of you wrote, there won't be a dry eye in the house, and I believe that's true. So I just follow my muse and my instincts on that one. So I got my set list. It's not really a set list, but all my songs interspersed throughout the stories. It's probably going to be about 15 minutes of storytelling and song. So I'm ending my portion of the memorial with those two songs back to back. So, because I know you're not going to be there, but I thought you might enjoy a sneak preview. No one else that's going to be there is connected. Well, they're not tuning in, so they won't know this. You're the only ones that get you got to be behind the scenes. A sneak preview. How's that? Oh, let me get caught up on comments there. I didn't see anything more from my aunt. I guess she's gone. Amy said, hello, the beautiful duet. Yeah. And then good idea. Whatever that was, I said. Sharon is asking, name a song. Let me, Amy will probably know. Maybe she answered it because it was probably in the middle of the song. I don't know. Amy said, perfect song. Gene, thoughts and prayers to the family. Thank you. Amy said, I think it's called Humble and Kind. I knew she'd know, by Tim McGraw. And it is. Yes, perfect. Humble and Kind. So this is like over a decade ago. I was in my house, and I don't watch a lot of award shows like the Academy Awards. I don't follow a lot of country music. So I remember the CMA Awards, CMA, Country Music Associates, and CMA Awards were on. And I tuned into it, and I'm just watching it because I like excellence in music and in anything. So Tim McGraw comes out, and he's got this parade of all these people from different nationalities, different vocations, firefighters, nurses, all these different people of different religions and everything. And it's live, and he gets up on the stage and he plays this song. And I was like, fortunately I had a DVR, so I had a recorder, my digital recorder. So I recorded and saved that show until I sold my house and had to turn it in. I think it's on YouTube. And I just sat there in tears. It was the most beautiful thing. I'd never heard the song. I didn't know anything about it. But I watched this parade of all of these different people, immigrants and everything that represent America and the values. So I went and found that song. So if you go to YouTube, you can find the official video. His video, the official video, it's not the live show that I saw, but it's just beautiful. And then I did some research on it, and so he was going to the studio, I think in Nashville, the morning he was going to record it, and he was on the way to the studio, and he was still in tears, and he said, somebody interviewed him, and he said, I couldn't stop crying. How many times he'd heard that song, and he's like, I'm on the way to the studio going over it, I'm still in tears. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this and record it. But he did, and it took me, like James Taylor said, like 16 to 18 times to settle in the song. So you can settle in with the emotion without having the emotion affect you. And it took me at least that many times to practice it before I could perform it. It's such a beautiful song, humble and kind. So if you go to YouTube, you can find the Tim McGraw official video, and it's beautiful. It's got great imagery. They use a lot of images in there to tell a story. So that one represents to me the values that my parents instilled in us. So I'm going to play that one, and then I'm going to finish with the Springsteen song. So there you go. You get to hear the last two that I'll be doing tomorrow as I wrap up my portion of the memorial. I'm right at the end, so somebody give me a song, and that's what I'll end on because my mind's a blank. I've got an hour and a half of cooking enchiladas to make, clothes to iron, guacamole, everything to get packed up. And so with my busy day and afternoon, as I mentioned, after I left my office, I had 3 stops to make, and I got here with 15 minutes to spare, got my laundry thrown in from my session. I've still got all this food and stuff to make for tomorrow. So this is my respite. I got an hour with you to share music and to join in community. So I'm grateful for that. So this gave me an hour. Amy had said, yes, perfect, thank you. Sunshine Day. I think you requested this on Sunday. As long as you don't tire of hearing it, of course. And I'm honored to be, I wouldn't even think of playing an original. Most of the time I don't until somebody requests one. So it's B string. Okay, all right. I did just request it. Never get tired. All right, yeah. Well, thank you. Here we go. When When the daylight breaks in, drowning in my bed, been adrift all night, swimming in my head, touching hands, but we ain't talking. Grab my boots, I go out walking on the sunshine day. Make my way downtown and I'm passing by your place. The only peace I found is at the altar of your grace. Ring your bell, say if you're home. It ain't where we'll be alone on the sunshine day. I wanna close my eyes, heal your bruise and steal your blues away. Time's on our side, ain't no need to hide, babe, just cast those fears away. On the sunshine day. Now many friends have come and gone, times will change, but our heart wants what it wants, this truth remains. And if every door has got its key, open up and come with me on the sunshine day. Time's on our side, ain't no need to hide, babe, just cast those fears away. On the sunshine day. There's this truth down in my soul that you can't shake. It's a vow I cut in stone, no one can break. Any fruit can turn wine, and every rose blossoms with time and the sunshine day. And just close your eyes, it ain't no thing, I'll sing your blues away. Everything is fine, it's safe outside, babe, hey, what do you say? Ain't no need to hide, set your troubles aside, put your clouds away, just come on out and play. On the sunshine day, on a sunshine day, on a sunshine day, on a sunshine day, on a sunshine day. All right. Thank you for that request. Something I wouldn't have considered during my own set. I rarely think about, except for Amy's Lullaby, playing my own originals. So novel concept. So thank you for that. Sunday, Last Sunday was a request for that from Amy, and then tonight, so I'm honored. Um, all right, let me get caught up on comments and stuff before I sign off. Amy said Sunshine Day. Yeah, I did just request Never, which is, oh, never get tired of hearing that. Well, thank you. Amy says, thank you for the wonderful music. You're welcome. Shriner says, it's always a special day for me when I get to log in. Oh, I'm playing my piano along with you. I wish I could hear that. That's awesome. I love that you do that. Thank you for your heart and soul. And yours as well, love. I love our musical connection. It's just awesome. Amy says, tomorrow will be beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, I put a lot of thought in how do you summarize, over 50 years of marriage and a life, and then building a home for my brothers and myself. But this is going to be from my perspective tomorrow. So 65 years of, well, 63 years. I just remembered Mom's been gone a year and a half. So 63 years with her, and 65 with Dad. So he got his wish. My daughter called me last month and said, yeah, my dad passed, and we had just talked a couple days before. She and my cousin Brenda got to talk to him, and then, as I mentioned to you guys, he'd been saying for a year and a half, I don't know why God's so mad at me. Actually, he said so pissed. I'll change it to mad. He's been wanting to go be with Mom for the better part of a year and a half, and he said, I don't know why he's keeping me here. So when Lauren called me, I just left my office, and we had a moment there, an emotional moment. And I was like, I can't be sad for him, only for us, because we're left here. But he got his wish, so he got to go be with her. So when Lauren said, because they were both out of state when they passed, and she goes, never did anything for your mom, and he never did back there, because he and my middle brother. I went, I know, and then she said, what about a dual memorial? And I said, that is a brilliant idea. So that's going to happen tomorrow. I know she's put in a ton of work and reserved the church and all that, and I'm bringing the sound. Brandon my son-in-law runs the sound system at their church, so I'm bringing all the mixer board and everything, and I got my portion all written out in my hieroglyphics that makes sense to only me, and that's good enough. And I've been going through this in my head for over a week. I had about 95% of it sketched out, and then in my head, and then I wrote it out. So I'm going to tell a story about my parents and their story, and stories that some of my second cousins and others that will be there have never heard before, because they were only shared with me, so or witnessed by me. So I put a lot of work into it. It's going to be awesome, I think. Well, I don't know if it's going to be awesome, but I think I'm going to honor them as best as I can with story and music, because music will open and close that story, because that's my life. That's been part of my life, especially playing that guitar since I was 9. So they got me the lessons, so they're responsible for all this nonsense. Anyway, so Amy says it's going to be beautiful. So thank you for that. That kind of spawned this little commentary on that. We'll see how it's going to go. So I'm making Dad's recipe for enchiladas tonight, and my granddad's, his dad's guacamole recipe. So I've got an hour and a half at least of cooking to do to get everything ready. I don't even have an ice chest, so I had to go to Target to buy one to keep everything cool. So, because we're going straight to the church, that's an hour, get everything hooked up, sound check, to get the service, probably take an hour, and then back to my daughter and son-in-law's house for a gathering with food and probably more stories and everything. So it's going to be a long day. But I at least got to preview some of this with all of you. So thank you for hanging around and being able to get a sneak preview on some of this tomorrow. So I'm grateful you were here. Sharona says, we do cry for ourselves, but I'm happy for them and their peace. Agreed. Dad was so ready. He was just emphysema and COPD and all of that. And, he had a really hard quality of life. The last 6 years, Mom was in a memory care center, but unless he was sick, he was there 3 days a week. He would drive 45 minutes to sit with her, sometimes for 3 hours, and she would never wake up, but he was there. So, I got to see her 2.5 weeks before she passed. I flew out and she woke up twice, both those days. And I got to play music that she loved to hear me play as a teenager, the Jim Croce and Elvis stuff. So I got to play that for her and she came alive. So I was grateful for that time. Amy said, what time's the service? Will say a prayer for you. Then, it's at 3 o'clock Mountain Standard, Arizona time tomorrow. It was going to be 1. Then they had a conflict with the church, so they moved it to 3 p.m. So what time is that with you? 6 p.m., I guess? Thank you for that. You have such a wonderful soul. Thank you for that wind chime you sent me. That's beautiful. I got to find a place. I was looking last night, so I don't have any place where I can set it up yet. So I will need to put a screw in or a nail somewhere and find the right space, and I will send a picture of that. All right, my tribe, thanks for hanging in with me. I just realized it's overtime, but as always, namaste. The divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Thank you for keeping yourselves healthy, keeping your immune systems bolstered up wherever you may be. Enjoying what's left of your Wind Down Wednesday as you slide in toward the end of your week. I will be back. Same bat time and channel, 7 p.m. Mountain for, what's it going to be? Oh, Fiesta Friday. Yeah, so I'll be back for that. Amy says 6 p.m. Thank you. Thank you for being so thoughtful. Thank you, my tribe, for all your support. So wonderful. Busy day today, but I really look forward to this hour of respite, music and a little wine before I get busy with the rest of my night and laundry and getting food ready and everything. So I just wanted some time to be able to pour into my artistry and catch up with all of you. Thank you so much. Oh, and yeah, so our love connection tonight is Arizona to Seattle to Ohio. See how I'm never fails. I'm always able to create a heart connection when everybody checks in from out of state, and then the rest of us here in Arizona. So thank you for that. All right, tribe, have a great rest of your night. I'll be back for Fiesta Friday. Thank you all for being here. It's so wonderful to see and share with you. I'm sure I'll have things to share on Friday as we unfold tomorrow. So bless you all, and we'll see you next time.